Every little voice.
The moon that starts Lunar New Year. High in the quiet night sky lived the moon, who returned every year to help begin Lunar New Year. Before Lunar New Year, the moon slowly grew thinner and thinner, as if it were getting ready for something special. When people saw the thin moon in the sky, they knew that Lunar New Year was almost here. In one cozy home lived a child named Lynn, who loved watching the moon each night. As Lunar New Year came closer, Lynn noticed the world around her starting to change. Families began cleaning their homes together, sweeping floors and wiping windows for Lunar New Year. "Why do we clean so much before the Lunar New Year?" Lynn asked kindly. "We clean to welcome good luck and new beginnings at Lunar New Year," her mom replied. Soon, bright red decorations appeared, filling the streets and homes for Lunar New Year. Red was everywhere, because red is a lucky color during Lunar New Year. In warm kitchens, families cooked special foods together to share during Lunar New Year. Each night, the moon watched the families below and smiled as Lunar New Year grew closer. As the days passed, the moon slowly grew bigger, lighting the sky a little more each night. Families gathered together, talking, laughing, and preparing for Lunar New Year. Some families called the celebration Lunar New Year, while others used different names. Even with different names, everyone celebrated Lunar New Year with love and care. At night, lanterns lit the streets, making everything feel bright and happy for Lunar New Year. Lynn held a lantern and felt her heart fill with excitement. She looked up at the moon and wondered if Lunar New Year was finally here. The moon shone brightly, as if it were ready to announce something important. That night, the moon became full and round, and Lunar New Year began. Music played, lanterns moved, and families celebrated together during Lunar New Year. Families shared food, smiles, and stories as part of Lunar New Year. They also shared hugs and laughter, feeling thankful to be together. Lynn closed her eyes and made a quiet wish for Lunar New Year. She wished for kindness, happiness, and a good year ahead. The moon watched carefully, listening to wishes made during Lunar New Year. Lunar New Year is a time for new beginnings, the moon seemed to say. It's a time to try again and to be kind, the moon continued. A time to be together and to care for one another. After Lunar New Year, the moon slowly began to grow smaller again. Even as the moon changed, the joy of Lunar New Year stayed in people's hearts. Lynn remembered the lanterns, the food, and the warm hugs. The moon promised to return again next year for Lunar New Year. Because every year brings another Lunar New Year, and everyone deserves a fresh start. Lunar New Year has many traditions shared by families around the world, but the meaning is the same everywhere. It's a time for hope, love, and new beginnings. That is the magic of Lunar New Year.
Learning beyond the story.
Here are a few discussion questions that you can use after reading The Moon That Starts Lunar New Year.
Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like more activities and resources connected to this story, visit our shop. You can find the link in the description box below.
Every child, every story.